Well, hello, Get Healthy UTV friends and squad members. I am Chris Freytag, and this is the wonderful Sam Cameranesi. Hi, Sam.
Hi, how are you?
And we are 20 minutes late today, and we are 20 minutes late because of me. I will admit it wholeheartedly. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm human, and I screwed up my calendar, and so here we are. So thank you for being patient and understanding that we all make mistakes. This is just like the fifth one I've made today, so
it's okay.
It's okay. We're human.
We move on.
But we are so happy to be here with you. We love our monthly Q&As. For those of you who are joining us maybe for the first time, we do this every month. So we come live, Get Healthy UTV Q&A. Sam, who's our digital content manager, she's like always our moderator. She keeps me in line. We do bring on different trainers, that help answer questions with me sometimes. I love listening to what you guys have to say. We love your feedback. We have a couple things we want to highlight today, some downloads, some new calendars that we have on Get Healthy UTV for you members. I might even throw in some insider information about an event we have coming up at the end of January to get you on track. So let's just get right into the questions, Sam, because there are quite a few pre-asked, and then we take them here too, right? Let them know how it works.
Yeah, we'll try and get to as many as we can. So we had a little over 20 questions pre-asked, so we'll just hop right in.
Yeah, was that girls and guys? I love it.
We did kind of put a preface out of the 4 C's of fitness, so if you want to touch on that. But we did have a question. Do you want to touch on those 4?
Yeah, let me just talk about really quickly. We call the 4 C's, or at least I do, and I've kind of imposed it upon everybody, the 4 C's of fitness, meaning first thing is commitment. Like, you have to commit to yourself and say, this matters. My health matters. I think in 2020, I think we can all agree that our health matters. Your immunity, your sanity, all that stuff. So that's the first thing, commitment. Then it's convenience, finding something you like to do that's convenient. You know, when people say, I'm joining this program, it's about a 30-minute drive. Yeah, no, you're not going to. It's not convenient. You're not going to stay with it. So find something that you like to do that's convenient. The third C is consistency. That is the key word to health, consistency. It's not what you do once. It's what you do every day over the course of a week, a month, a year. So it's finding things that you can stay consistent with, because that's how you'll see results. Results don't happen because of one workout or one piece of fruit and vegetable. You know what I mean? You get it. And the last one is community. We love community. It keeps us sane. We as humans are hardwired to connect. We love to connect with others. We try to make Get Healthy UTV a really inviting community of people, virtual as it may be, but so that you have somewhere to feel belonging. So those are the 4 C's of fitness.
And so somebody said, I love working out with Get Healthy UTV because she can do it anytime at home in whatever clothes that she has on. But she said the C that she is not getting is correction to anything that she might be doing wrong, especially in yoga poses. So any suggestions?
Okay, well, correction, we do the best we can to try to give some form tips during our workouts. We typically, I'd say our trainers, I'm going to give them like a 9 out of 10 for really, because I've taken a lot of fitness classes from a lot of trainers. And my pet peeve and my thing that I instill, and I think our team does well, is give you corrections. Talk to you about what does a lunge look like? What does a squat look like? What are some modifications? So that being said, when it comes to yoga too, often you can feel, especially yoga, because the poses can be a little complicated. First thing to remember is the pose is the wrapper. Okay, it's what's inside, what's happening inside that matters. Everybody's bodies are a little different. Some people have longer legs, longer arms, shorter arms. Some people have a shoulder injury and they have to turn this hand to the side. I have a hip injury from when I was super, super young, and my right foot always just tilts a little out, and if I turn it in to try to look like everybody else, it gives me a ton of pain in my hip. My body just biomechanically is like that. So you work with your own biomechanics. Everything's not going to be perfect. That being said, we do have a tutorial on Get Healthy UTV. It is under Yoga Flowetry. That's the name of the program. It is led by Jennifer Gallardi, who is truly a yogi. Experts, maybe not the right word, because I keep saying that nobody is, perfect, but she is just a fabulous yoga instructor. And it's about a 20-minute tutorial on how to get started with yoga and get into the poses. So you should definitely check that out.
Absolutely. Okay. Holidays are coming up. We had Thanksgiving, a few weeks ago. Now other holidays are coming up. How do you celebrate the holidays and not sabotage your health goals? So, you need balance, but how do you keep balance during the holidays? Well,
this year, 2020, it's almost hard to even compare it to any other year because celebrations are smaller. I mean, I typically get together with like a 30 people group. That's my family. It's like tradition. We haven't broke tradition in I don't know, decades, and now this is going to be the first year where everybody's in their own little pods. Kind of sad. You can look at it that way, but at the same time, you find new ways to celebrate. So I'm not quite as tempted this year as I am by holiday parties and holiday treats, but let's just say it is the time of year normally where you're probably out more, you're at more places where there's food you wouldn't normally eat, and you're maybe tempted by a lot of sweets. So one thing I always do is never go, I feel funny saying this, never go to a party. You're not going to a party this year. But never go hungry. Because when you are starving and you get somewhere and then there's all this ooey gooey food, you tend to overeat and just kind of like let your eyes overtake your stomach. So I never go to a party hungry. I always eat some veggies before, or fruit or something that's going to give me less. You never want to drink on an empty stomach either. That causes problems. When it comes to sweets, holiday cookies are a tradition in my house. Like, I even asked my daughter, like, what's her favorite tradition? And she said making sugar cookies. Like, that is her favorite Christmas tradition, and decorating them with frosting and all the ooey gooeys. But I tend to always make like 2 kinds of cookies that are my type of cookie, that are healthy, a healthy gingerbread or something with less sugar, so that when it's time to indulge, I'm not only eating, all these indulgent things. I find something that I kind of like too. Drink a lot of water during the holidays, because water curbs appetite. And give yourself grace. Like, realize, because what I just said before, it's consistency, where it's not what you do once, it's what you do every day. So if you have a couple of weeks where you only work out twice a week because holidays, or you eat a couple extra sweets because holidays, have the confidence in yourself. And I think this comes with consistency, to say, as soon as the holidays are over, I'm back in the saddle.
Yeah.
I don't feel worried about my behavior. I know that that's where I'm going back, and that's really a comfortable place.
Kind of going off of that then, how do you maintain a workout routine? Like, if you're super busy, is 10 minutes enough? Maybe we talk about those calendars.
Yes, because people always ask us if 10 minutes is enough, and I always say, have you tried a 10-minute workout yet? Because I think we're all flabbergasted at what a 10-minute workout actually does. When we're filming 10-minute workouts, I'm always blown away.
I'm dying
at
the end.
We're sweating. I'm just remembering this 10-minute HIIT workout that I did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'd burned over 100 calories. I was dripping in sweat. Yeah. That jump rope, 10-minute jump rope.
My first one was a jump rope, and after 10 minutes, I couldn't talk.
Yeah, you were like, wow. So, and then we have some easier, or I should say lower impact 10-minute workouts, but 10 minutes absolutely works. If you only have 10 minutes, get your body moving. Something is better than nothing. That, the thing is, we've adapted this thing in health where it's like all or nothing. It's black or white. It's either you are healthy or screw it, just do what you feel like, or work out for an hour, or just don't do anything. And just getting out there, taking a 10-minute walk, even during the holidays, taking a 20-minute walk, gives you fresh air, moves things through your body, helps boost your immunity, clears your head. There's just so many reasons to move. So don't discount 10-minute workouts. And if you're that person, like, I'm an hour workout kind of gal, I really love an hour, but as of late, I've been doing more like 45 minutes, just, in these last few weeks, and it's fine. I still work really hard. And what I notice is the afterburn. Like, if I leave my watch on those next 15 minutes, I get a really nice afterburn. So get started with anything. Everything matters.
Let's see here. Somebody is asking, you look like you've lost 20 pounds in the last 9 years. What are you doing differently?
Me?
Yeah. I had to bring it up because there's multiple people that said that. So
I'm going to go with age. As you get older, I have not lost 20 pounds. I'll tell you that much. I don't weigh myself every day, but I mean, the scale has not changed. With age, your skin, everything just kind of gets shrinks. I don't know. Like, I always feel like when people get older, their face gets longer because, you lose all the fat in your face. I don't know. I do think I've changed a little bit in terms of my training, because I used to go hard. Like, that was because I'm an adrenaline junkie. But in the last 5 years, I've realized I can't do that anymore. I can't get my heart rate up that high. Now, just to give reference, I'm 55. So, like, when I was 45, I was still like, kill it. And I remember thinking, I'll never lose that. And I still go hard, but I feel like I curtail it back a little bit more. And I do steady cardio and a lot of strength training. Yeah. And maybe that's it.
She can still kick your butt, so.
Yeah.
Going off of
Not quite like the way I used to, but it's all good. It's all called age.
Change happens. Yeah. Kind of going off of that, people would like to know what you eat in a day.
I know you and I were talking about that. Okay, so it depends. I mean, yes, I am probably more healthy than the general public, right? And my kids, like my son was home from LA over Thanksgiving. He's like, Mom, can you get food in this refrigerator? And I'm like, it's filled to the brim with fruits and vegetables and eggs and healthy proteins and yada, yada. But, you know, he's looking for something different. So I guess I am a little bit more on the healthy scale. But I also am a sweet freak. So I love sweets. So typically in the morning I wake up, I go to do my workout early. I like to work out early. So the first thing I'm going to do is drink a half a cup of coffee, because coffee is my life. Coffee and wine. So I have that half a cup of coffee. Sometimes I'll even have like a half a banana, just if I want a little bit of energy. But I typically don't eat before the workout. And then I put a noon tablet in my water, which is sodium, potassium, and magnesium, a little electrolytes. Drink it down while I'm working out. So I get in my workout. After my workout, I have a protein shake. 90% of the time, that's my breakfast. It is a scoop of Bi-Pro whey protein, some fruit, and I like to change it up. Mangoes, blueberries, raspberries, pineapple. Like I like to change it up. Half a banana. Sometimes I throw chia seeds in. I'll throw some avocado in there if I have it. Sometimes some greens. It just depends on what I have in my fridge. Little almond milk. And I usually put pumpkin seeds on the top. Pumpkin seeds and pistachios. If you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, I'm obsessed with pistachios. So that'll give me a little crunch, a little healthy fat, and some good magnesium and protein. That's my breakfast. I typically am so busy in the morning working, right, Sam?
Yes.
That I don't eat between breakfast and lunch typically. But I'll then have lunch, and typically for me, it's vegetables, sweet potato, protein, a salad, hummus, guacamole. I always throw like a healthy fat in there. Mm-hmm. In the summer, I tend to eat more like cold foods.
Yeah, I do too.
In the winter, right now, I'm obsessed with everything roasted. Roasted veggies, roasted sweet potatoes, roasted chicken, like all that kind of stuff. So I have a healthy portion of that. I'll typically have like yogurt or some sort of a treat in the afternoon, fruit and almond butter, something in the afternoon. And then in the evening for dinner, it's kind of similar to lunch. I mean, when my kids were younger, I used to make more recipes, should I say?
Yeah.
Like my boys in particular would be like, Mom, make something different. So I'd make like, gosh, there were a ton of, I have like so many lasagna recipes that are so healthy that have veggies and chicken and a lot of beef. We did tacos like all the time, because tacos you can turn into anything from super healthy to super unhealthy. We do a lot of grains and greens bowls, like Buddha bowls, where I make quinoa or farro, and then we put in some wilted spinach and some veggies and some proteins and some, I like a Thai peanut sauce or something. So typically dinner is like a combo of veggies, proteins, healthy fats, like that. And then I always have a sweet at night. Like I can't go to bed without like a dark chocolate or a little bit of, I always talk about Halo Top. She doesn't believe me, but I eat Halo Top. It's like a protein ice cream.
Yep.
I love it. Or a little yogurt. I always drink hot tea, something like that. Now that is my normal day. Now on a weekend, I'm going to go out to dinner maybe, of course not in 2020, but and maybe I'm going to have some chips and guac or some French fries, or I'm going to have some dinner that's a little more decadent. That's fine. I never feel bad about it, because I always know, back to the word consistency, that I feel confident in my own habits. So it's like, it's not going to be my, my go-to.
Yeah.
And I don't really drink alcohol during the week because I just don't have time and I'm too tired.
You get up too early, I feel like.
It just doesn't work for me. But during the weekend, a couple glasses of wine for sure.
We have somebody asking if there's a difference between gold and premium.
There's a big difference, and we're actually working on, we love your feedback, you guys. You give us so much help, because we're actually changing up some of our marketing pages for you guys, because we think that sometimes you're confused. So premium is our base level. We have, I'm going to say, I haven't counted them, but close to 200 workouts in the premium level. We add new workouts every quarter for premiums. So every quarter, you're going to get what we call a new program. And each program is made up of like 3 to 4 workouts. So you're getting somewhere between 10 to 15 workouts per year if you are a premium member. And when you go on the website, you can sort by programs and see them grouped by like a format type, or you can go to workouts. So when you go to workouts, you can sort by length or type. So you can say, I just want to see all the 20-minute workouts, or I want to see all of the HIIT workouts, or all of the low impact workouts. We have lots of different categories for you to sort from. Or you go to a calendar, pick a calendar. So those are the premiums. Now the gold level is one step up. You get access to all of the premium videos, but you also get a gold video live every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, that is. So we find that, we've surveyed you guys again and again and again, and it always comes back morning workouts.
Yep.
And I know some of you would love like a 5 a.m. workout, but the problem is the production crew will not come here at 5 a.m. So we, go with a 9 a.m. Now, if you miss it live, no problem. It just goes into your account. So a lot of the Gold members just really look forward to that new workout every Monday. Yeah. They talk about it in the Facebook group, and they're like, okay, Tuesday morning, who's doing the new Gold Live? They do the workout from the day before. So in essence, the Gold people are getting we typically don't get all 52 weeks in, but let's just say we get about 45 to 48 new workouts in every year for you Gold members, so it's fun. We also have a little more banter in those workouts. They're a little more free-flowing. Like yesterday, I screwed up something in a workout. It's like, it just is what it is because it's live, so there's a little more authenticity to them. We do more variety in the Gold. We add in other equipment, medicine balls, steps, resistance bands, stuff like that might be a little more specialty items that a Gold member might be interested in purchasing. So that's really the difference. Then, of course, you have, everyone gets access to the Q&As and some of the other things we do. But the Gold members, I can honestly say when we survey them, they're always like, yeah, once you go Gold, you never go back because you really love the variety and the authenticity of all of the trainers, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we might make some changes to things too in the future, like more lives or, different things going on. We are moving to a new studio that's bigger. We're going to have a really beautiful studio, so we're excited.
Somebody's asking, can the Gold workouts be sorted by type and length? And the answer to that is yes.
Exactly.
I know.
Sam is our stickler for all that. Just like the premium workouts, you go to Gold Live, and then you go to sort by either type or by length. When you sort by length, you'll get 30 and 45. And they're typically like the 30-minute workouts are usually going to be between 30 and 35, 38 minutes. Yep. The 45-minute workouts are going to be between 45 and 55. Sometimes we just go a little longer because they are live.
Yes.
It just depends. So you can sort that way or sort by type. So a lot of people go in and they want just all the HIIT workouts or cardio strength only, where it's combo workouts, or just straight up cardio, or just straight up kickboxing, or just straight up step. I mean, you can sort by all that.
Lots of questions rolling in here. Somebody has been sneaking in 10 to 20-minute workouts during the day, and she's loving it, adding some extra steps throughout the day as well. But when she's sneaking in these 10 to 20-minute workouts, how do you incorporate a warm-up cool-down?
Yeah, well, it depends. Are you doing a Get Healthy UTV workout? Because we always do include the warm-up and the cool-down. We do, and you can always do more. But if you're doing workouts where there is no warm-up or cool-down included, here's my advice to you. Look at your warm-up as the dress rehearsal. So like, for instance, if you're going out for a walk, wake up your hips with some hip circles and then walk, just start your walk at a little slower pace and then ramp it up slowly. The other thing I want you to think of the warm-up as mobility. So your joints are where the two bones come together. And often they can get stiff and sore if you haven't used them for a while. So start to mobilize joints. Shoulder circles, hip circles, your ball and joint, wrist circles, even if you're about to do push-ups and weights and planks, squats and lunges to bend the knees and bend the hips, cat-cow in your back. You're just trying to get mobility in those joints. Then maybe start with some jumping jacks or some easy walking to get the heart rate started, and then boom, go into your workout. And then afterwards, take 5 or 10 minutes to stretch out the muscle. That's where you hold the stretches and just let those muscles lengthen. So that's kind of, I swear I have to trademark this. I call it the wake up, that's your joints, then the warm up, that's your heart rate, then the workout, that's the meat of it, and then the wind down.
I love it. She's got everything in there.
Call my lawyer. I'm trademarking.
Let's see. Do you have any good suggestions to strengthen your ankles and or balance?
Ooh, gosh. Funny, we've been talking about that because Sam and I have been, we've been doing this promotion with one of our partners, Spry Products. Yes. SPRI. You see all of our equipment in the studio always says SPRI on it. Thank you, Spry. But we've been talking about balance tools on Instagram and Facebook because we've been doing this 12 days of fitness promotion. So today I actually demonstrated a balance board, and the other day I did a Bosu ball. So they're unstable surfaces. So when you stand on something that's unstable, even if you roll up a yoga mat and then stand on it, kind of, flatten it out, like it's thick, you get instability in the joints. So that's going to help to strengthen ankles, hips, knees, core, because you got to grip your core. When you go through physical therapy, Sam, you're going through physical therapy with your foot. You're doing some instability work?
Yep. They recommend it a lot, especially because mine's the toe, but it's the ankle stability that we
It's
need
really
to work
important.
on. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So just work on stepping on things that are unstable, but then being aware of your body in space and really
Yes.
working on it. And then, of course, moving the joints. Motion is lotion. Move your ankles, move your knees, move your hips. You've got to move them to improve stability.
Absolutely. We have Teresa asking, would intermittent fasting affect muscle strength?
Well, it depends. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean affect muscle strength. Like, it's not going to deteriorate your muscle strength, but you mean, are you going to feel weak during a workout because you're hungry? Perhaps. If you have gone a long time without eating and then you do a workout, you could be, void of glucose, which is what fuels your tank for getting, that heart rate up and having energy. So like for me, I just said, I get up in the morning and I guess you would say I'm in a fasted state because I've been in bed for, 8 hours. So I haven't probably eaten in 10 hours. That's typically why sometimes I even eat just a small half a banana because why? It's a simple sugar. It's going to go into my system and up my glucose tank. When you are exercising, you are burning a combination of fat and converted sugars, which is your glucose or glycogen. And when you run out of the converted sugars, the glycogen, your fat turns off too. And then you start to burn muscle. So that could be an issue too. If you're super fasted, you haven't eaten in a really, really long time, and you're trying to exercise, if you don't have any glucose to convert, you're not going to burn any body fat either. You're just going to burn muscle. So that could be a situation. But most of these intermittent fasting programs are like either 8 hours, 12 hours.
Yep.
And so even if you have the slightest bit of something that is a simple carbohydrate, it should help.
Okay, this one is a long one, but I think we were just talking about this the other day, so I think this will be a good one.
Okay.
Belly fat. She is 2 years into menopause, and even though she's never really had defined abs, she now has several inches around that area that she can't seem to budge. She knows that she needs to, get her diet in, but her question is, should I cut calories and do heavy lifting, or can I do a shred it type calendar where you just kind of do your own routine to lose that belly fat? Very frustrated, and there's a lot of info on the internet. So
there's so much info. And when it comes to workouts, okay, you still want to pick up heavier weights. Okay, that's relative. Like, what is heavier to you? If you're a beginner, 8 pounds is going to feel heavy to you. For me, 15s are heavy. So for other people, it could be, my husband might say, well, I want to pick up 30s or something. So, but you want to push yourself to the limit where you feel those muscles breaking down, where you're reaching fatigue. It's really important to build muscle in your menopausal years to improve your metabolism, and then also for so many other reasons too. But a shred type workout where you're doing cardio and strength and you're getting that heart rate up, that's what you and I do.
Yep.
4 to 5 days a week.
Yep.
And that works really well too. But here's the thing, I'm going to back up. The menopause, as it's affectionately called, your hormones are changing. Your estrogen, progesterone are playing games with you. Everything's kind of flattening out. And food is the number one thing. As much as I love exercise, I'm here to tell you that you cannot get rid of a menopause without a healthy diet, period. You can't out-train it. So the question is, are you eating things that are processed? Processed food, things that comes in packaging all the time, like a bag, a box, a frozen food. Are there chemical names on the ingredients? Are there lots of different, sugar has 60 alias names. Are there a lot of added sugars? Most labels now are saying added sugar on them. So you can tell the difference between natural and added. Added sugars are the culprit. Are there food dyes in there? Food dye yellow, red, blue? Are there artificial chemicals that keep the shelf life? I mean, those things totally are hormone disruptors. And when they screw with your hormones, now you're already having all that hormonal stuff. Insulin and estrogen are the two fat storing hormones. So as you're going through menopause, your estrogen, you think, well, my estrogen is going down. But honestly, if you're doing a lot of weird things with bad food and putting on a lot of things on your skin that have a lot of weird chemicals, you could be disrupting that estrogen. You could be actually dominant in your estrogen because your progesterone's also going down too. I know I'm getting a little complicated. But if you're playing around with that estrogen, and then if you're eating too many added sugars or too many chemicals that is spiking your insulin, those two hormones do a number on your waistline. So the diet, honestly, like from the bottom of my heart, and that doesn't mean you have to become like the most boring human in the world that eats a stalk of broccoli every day. You can get so creative, but get away from the processed food. And then for your workouts, do what you will stay consistent with.
Absolutely.
And tear it up, work hard, like challenge yourself. you do you, whatever that means to you.
We have a member saying that she lifts 12 and 15 pounds when she goes heavy. She just got a 30-pound kettlebell, and now that she's received it, she's feeling a little bit intimidated. Any advice or thought?
Okay, 30-pound kettlebell. I like it. I like it. That's heavy.
But it's
when I do swings, though, I like a 25 or 30 for
same.
swings.
Yep.
Now, and I'm like you, 12s and 15s for my workout. Now, a swing is different because it's hip power and you're not bending your knees. And, I don't know if you know your proper form on your kettlebell swing, but your knees do not push forward. Your shin stays perpendicular to the floor and you thrust the power from your hips. So if you can pick up 15-pound weights, I think you can do a kettlebell swing with a 30-pound. Keep your abs tight, make sure you're protecting your back, but I think it's a good choice for you.
Yeah.
Also, if you normally do like squat, curl, press with 2 15s, how about hold that 130 and lift that up? I would, don't let it intimidate you. You are strong.
I love it.
I love it.
We do have somebody asking, and maybe we'll chime this in here, but virtual fitness weekend still happening?
Okay, so that was the little insider info. Yes, we are having a virtual fitness weekend. We are so excited about it. We tried for an in-person. We tried in April of 2020 and epic fail, right? Everything, we refunded everyone's money. We're so thankful to those of you who were going to come, and we were so disappointed too. So then we set our sights on fall 2020. That didn't happen. Then we were thinking spring 2021, probably not going to happen in person. So we decided, we're not waiting any longer. We're doing a virtual fitness weekend. So get ready. You're going to hear more about it in December. It is going to be the last weekend of January. It's going to be a Saturday and Sunday morning, so hold tight. We're actually going to kick it off on Friday night with a little wine and wisdom. So you could join in there if you want, but then it'll be a solid morning on Saturday and a solid morning on Sunday of education and workouts. It's going to be super fun. So stay tuned. It's going to be super affordable because it's virtual. So we have more information coming for you.
Which workouts are best for like the side body? Obliques.
Obliques. Well, see, here's the thing. This is why we love our strength and cardio combo workouts, because when you're working multi-muscle groups at the same time, like let's say we're doing a pyramid power. Okay, so we're doing 7 exercises up the pyramid, 7 down. Typically when I create a pyramid power workout, I'm gonna do multi-muscle group exercises all the way up that pyramid. So I'm not gonna just do a squat, I'm gonna do a squat, curl, press. I'm not just going to mid-back row standing there. I'm gonna get down on the ground, do a renegade row, and then I'm gonna walk side to side, which is working those core muscles. I'm gonna do burpees, I'm gonna do side lunges, I'm gonna twist my body, with that weight. So you are always engaging those internal and external obliques. When you lay on your back and you do overhead pulls or chest flies, you're also getting into those serratus anterior and side muscles. When you are kickboxing, I always tell my kickboxing class, when you're punching, or let's say we're punching here, put your hand here. You can feel these muscles contracting in your core. So bottom line is when you're doing multi-muscle group workouts, you are going to get those muscles. Now you can isolate them with side bends, Russian twists, stuff like that, and that's great too. But these multi-muscle group moves that are combo moves that we come up with engage everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always find that my core is more sore when I'm not just doing like crunches or abs, when I'm doing multiple
and
muscle
hey,
groups.
This is just making me think about all of you working out at home. I mean, this is 2020. Again, this is the trend. We know that dumbbells sold out like toilet paper back in May, and people are still trying to get them, and Spry has restocked several times. They still have, we just checked, they still have some 15s.
Yep.
And then they have a couple 12s.
Yes. Yep.
So if you are in need of some heavier weights, they are on the website right now with a 15% discount if you go on. And we also have a download for you on like the 5 do's and don'ts of working out at home. A lot of you are just getting started with that habit. Some people say, okay, I quit the gym, I'm not going back, I'm just done with all of this, worry and commute. Some of you are just getting started, you've never taken care of yourself, and you're like, you know what? With all this sickness going on, maybe it's time for me to boost my immune system, to improve my mental health and my strength. So check out the 5 do's and don'ts of working out at home. You can download it. It's just a cute little 2-page download, kind of giving you some ideas of like, look for the right space in your house, pick what you like to do, like make sure you don't skip the warm-up, cool down, all that kind of fun stuff. So download that. That's fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have quite a few questions about calendars.
Okay.
But we have Debbie. She says, do you have a calendar for people with hip issues, less squats, lunges, but still gives a full body workout? She is unfortunately having hip surgery, but she doesn't want to stop working out beforehand.
Okay, good for you, Debbie. I like that energy and that commitment. Try some of our walking workouts. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something. Walking indoors is another word for marching, I know, but it works. I was introduced to walking about, I don't know, 20 years ago. I met my friend Leslie Sansone, who is the queen of indoor walking. She's amazing. Get Healthy GHUTV member, but I'm just going to tell you, she is an amazing human. And she taught me the value of indoor walking. And I started realizing that it was so good for those of us, maybe 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even my mom in her 80s can do some of it. And our walking workouts are going to be easy on the hips. We're not going to do as many squats and as many lunges, but we're going to get the body moving. We're going to do some, easier hip lifts and stuff. We're going to do side to side movements. We're going to do some strength training. We have some that are walk, sweat, sculpt. We have some that are intervals. We have some that are just like a 1 mile walk or a 2 mile walk, but they're all incorporating some sort of hip movement. So I think those would be awesome. Our chair workouts are really great. Honestly, when you and I filmed those chair workouts, my hips were so sore the next day. And I think one of the things in these chair workouts is you're seated and then you're lifting your legs up. I know you can't see my legs underneath here, but you're lifting them up and that is constantly engaging those hips. So it's a good way just to keep those hips in shape, but it's not high impact. Yep. And then we have a lot of beginner workouts. So if you are a gold member, I encourage you to go to Sort by Type and go to the word beginner on gold. We have them for premium too, but our beginner gold workouts are stellar. We have a trainer, Kate Lang. She is awesome.
She's awesome.
She's adorable.
Yep.
And she's a true hardcore Pilates instructor. She's taken so much training and she has some of the best beginner strength training, which again is going to be easier squats, less lunges, not up and down off the floor stuff. She has beginner Pilates. She has beginner stability workouts. It's totally worth checking out.
And Pilates, I feel like, is so good for, if you're having some of those lunging issues. Like, I feel like it's just slower pace, but really gets deep into total body exercise.
I agree.
We have somebody saying that she can only manage to do 2 to 3 workouts in a calendar because of soreness and tiredness. Is this still effective?
So 2 to 3 workouts a week in the calendar?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. We put together those calendars. So, it's hard to please everybody. When you've got tens of thousands of members, there's no way that we can make calendars that meet everybody's needs. So typically on a 28-day calendar, what Sam and I do is we take into consideration the theme of the calendar. Then we take into consideration what would probably some people are only going to want to work out 3 times a week, and some people are definitely going to want to work out 5 or 6 times a week. How can we make it work for everybody? So our goal is for you to kind of pick and choose. So if you say, I'm going to follow such and such calendar, but I'm only going to work out 3 days a week, pick the 3 from that week that you like best. Because remember what I said about consistency. It's going to happen from picking things that you like to do. So pick a calendar that works for you and just do 3 workouts a week. That's absolutely fine. As a matter of fact, our newest calendars that we just put together are 30-minute calendars. Mm-hmm. So we just put together 2 30-minute calendars, meaning 30-minute workouts every day. Yeah. And we have a premium 30-minute,
yep.
Sweat it out in 30. What do we call them?
Sweat in 30.
Sweat in 30. And a gold, Sweat in 30. Because members were asking, there were a lot of members who were saying, listen, I like to do the 28-day calendar, but I never have more than 30 minutes. So we put those together. We're actually in the process of putting together another 20 minutes.
Sweat in 20.
Sweat in 20. Because some of you are asking for that. And then we've always had some of you who say, we like 40 to 50 minutes. We like that amount of time to really. So we do our best to cater to all of you guys, but please modify. No shame in the modify game.
No. And I think we've also had people ask, we have a day, I think one day almost every week for an active day of rest. So you're not doing a HIIT workout or anything. If that day doesn't work for you, do it on a different day. Switch it up.
And yeah, ADOR stands for active day of rest. And our whole idea behind that was we didn't want to just say day of rest because we don't mean sit on the couch. Like on my day of rest, I walk the dog. I'm still walking several miles, but I'm just not doing anything that's super hardcore or over raising my heart rate. And then we have Sam and I have a mutual friend who loves days of rest. And she texts me all the time. She goes, today's not an ADOR, it's a DOR. And I'm like, go girl, you're allowed to have a DOR if you want it.
Absolutely.
You know who you are, Joy.
Yeah, she is watching.
Is she watching?
Yeah, she commented. She said 30 minutes of workouts is perfect.
Okay, Joy. See, she is one of our best Get Healthy GHUTV members.
She is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Somebody said that she was told that in order to do a squat correctly, you have to break the plane, which she had said her form was so low to the ground. She's wondering if that's like below 90 degrees. Is that actually how you should do a squat, or can you?
Well, okay, so it depends on the health of your knees. A lot of times when I'm teaching, I always say, if your knees are healthy, go as low as you can in your squat. But a lot of people have limitations based on their bodies. I'm attached to a microphone, but I'm gonna stand up carefully, okay? So everybody hold tight. I got my microphone right here. So when you squat, and I know I'm behind a desk, when you squat, the most important thing is to keep your head above your heart above your hips, okay? So that when you squat down, you are using your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. So you don't want to tip forward like you're bending something off your head and drop your head. You want to squat down. Now, how low you go is going to be based on the health of your knee and who you are. Going below 90 degrees, so you can't see my knees, but you can see I'm way below 90 degrees here. I'm way down here. It feels good to me, so I might do that when I'm doing a body weight squat. When I put 30 pounds in my hands, I'm probably not gonna go quite that low. I'm gonna go right about here. So if you go a little below 90 degrees, it's not harmful to your body. That's what yogi squats are in yoga all the time.
Yep.
But it's about your knees and your body. The most important thing in a squat is head above the heart, heart above the hips, so that you've got that same angle from your head to hip as you do from your knee to ankle.
Awesome.
The trickery of having a table in front of you.
Yeah, right. We might have to do one of those form ones again.
I know, we did do, what month did we do that, Sam? May?
February or no?
Was it before quarantine?
Yes, because we were at our houses.
Okay, go back to like our January or our February Q&A. They're all on the website. You go over to free videos, right? And then you go to Q&As. We did an entire hour with no tables in front of us of good form on squats, lunges, push-ups, planks.
Anything.
We covered everything. Anything you guys were asking, we talked about form.
Somebody is saying that she doesn't feel sore after her workouts. Is that a sign that she's staying hydrated? Is it a sign you're not lifting heavier weights?
It depends. If you're a newbie, I always say, like, kind of push a little bit so you do get to that soreness. Nobody loves that soreness where you can barely stand up. Yeah. That's just so debilitating, and it happens every so often, but it's not fun, right? But when you're like, oh, my biceps today are sore. Ooh, I really worked my back. I mean, that's a good feeling. And if you're a beginner, you're kind of working to that point. But if you're an avid fitness person and you are used to doing HIIT workouts all the time, and you are not necessarily going to get sore every day. I don't get sore every day, do you?
No.
But there are certain things that just, like, if I do, squats differently than I normally do, all of a sudden I'll be, ooh, that got my booty today, or that got my triceps today. So there's kind of the thing about fitness is, like I said, it's not all black or white. Actually, my pet peeve is when trainers come on and they're like, you must do a squat like this. If you don't, you're a horrible person. It's like, no. Everybody's body mechanics are different. Or you must feel sore or you're wasting your time. No. I mean, it's a little bit of it's hard for us control freaks because we like preciseness, but you're not always going to be sore. That being said, you know when you're pushing your limits. You know when your heart rate's really high. You know when you feel like you've really worked out hard. And if you are constantly like, hum-de-dum, this is easy, go up in weights. That's just a good sign.
Yeah, I always feel like, I mean, we do lunges and squats almost every day, but the day you add like deadlifts, that's the day that I'm like, ooh, I'm sore, because like that's not a movement
we don't always do deadlifts,
Yeah. So let's see. We have Sandra asking, she can never get her feet flat on the ground when she does a downward dog. Any tips on how she can achieve that?
Well, again, there's no perfection with a downward dog. So for instance, if you're really in a tight V, it's going to be very hard.
Yep.
If you move it back a little bit, you might be able to get those heels down, but then you're kind of changing the stretch that you're getting on your back.
Yep.
So move around a little bit in the pose, but you probably have tight calves.
Yep.
I do, and I know that I don't get my feet entirely flat. I don't know many people that honestly do. If you're a true yogi, that you're doing yoga every day, or you're a dancer, because can you get your heels all the way down? Yeah, she's a dancer. So they have long calves and hamstrings from training.
Yeah.
But maybe just work on stretching your hamstrings or your calves too off your step. Like step on your step and then let your heels, drape down and feel that big stretch up the back of your calf. But again, don't beat yourself up. My heels don't touch in a down dog.
And it's not something like, so I have to do calf races for my ankle stability in my foot right now. And the first day I did it, I was so sore throughout my calves because I'm like, well, I don't do these every day. And so it's definitely a movement that like you might feel sore, but keep working through it because that'll just lengthen through the calves.
Yep.
Sandra also said she saw on Instagram that you can do a headstand where you lift and lower your legs. How do you build up to that?
We did that. When did we do that? That was like an outdoor workout. Yeah. How do you build up to that? It's core strength. I mean, I can't do a handstand. I can do a headstand. And then when you pull your knees in and pull them back, it's just core strength. But again, even trying some of those Russian, what do you call those again? In the Roman chair. So are we ever going in a gym that has a Roman chair again? It's like one of those chairs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Your back is against it.
Yep. Oh,
and then you lift and lower your legs.
Yep.
Leg lifts. I don't know if you even have anything in your home where you've got like here, like I'm pulling my butt out of the chair and then I'm tucking my knees in.
Yep.
Like that really gives you a really good ab workout. Do more V-sits, more V-ups, that kind of thing to gain that kind of strength. And then, of course, there's a little balance involved there too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I can't do headstands.
She does it, and she's super fit.
I'm like, I can't do them, but it's just something that you have to work on.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have somebody saying when she does our workouts, she said she's almost never out of breath. Is that good or bad? She said she does sweat, she drinks water, and she knows that her heart rate increases, but she's not breathless.
Have you done Lindsay's workouts?
Yeah.
If you're not breathless, I want to know who you are. And what you eat, because oh my Lord. Okay, so not every workout you have to be breathless. No. I mean, and you could go up in weight. If this is not challenging enough, go heavier, go faster than we are. I always say that. Every time I teach, I say, if you want to go faster than I'm going, please do. If you want to go heavier than I am, please do. Because you know when you're going to reach that breathless point. But try some of Lindsay's circuit workouts. Try some of Shelly's that are just cuckoo banana fast and intense. Yeah, they get your heart rate up. But again, I'd say there's 3 ways to get your heart rate up. Arms above the heart, that gets your heart rate up. Speed, go faster, bigger range of motion, and more weight. I guess that's 4.
Yeah, people are saying, yep, Lindsay will kick your butt. So
she will kick your butt and make you cry.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
When doing kettlebell swings, should your feet stay flat or is it okay to raise your heels during a kettlebell swing?
I would not raise my heels during a kettlebell swing. You are anchored down through the back kinetic chain. As a matter of fact, your shin should stay fairly perpendicular to the floor. So in a squat, your knees come, like here's your foot, your knees kind of come over your top of your foot. In a kettlebell swing and in a deadlift, your bottom leg stays fairly perpendicular and you are getting that hip thruster going and you want to anchor those heels.
Gosh, there are so many questions today. It's awesome.
We're getting flustered.
I know. Okay, so we have somebody asking, when are we getting new yin and yin yogas? You hinted about that a while back.
Oh, you guys like yin yoga. Okay, so our yin and flow yoga is very much like, so yin yoga is holding poses. It's so hard. So typically, is it flow and yin? That's what we call it, flow and yin.
Yep.
Yeah, so we flow in the beginning because it just kind of feels good to warm up the joints. Yes. So the first half of the class is flow, the second half is yin. I taught both of them, and honestly, I was so sore. The next day I was like, are you kidding? I am so sore because I don't do a lot of yin. I do more flow. Yeah. So I love them. We'll add more. I think we could probably get Sheila.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you guys tried Sheila's workouts yet? Sheila is our newest trainer as of like last January, maybe, before pandemic.
Yes.
And I've known Sheila for literally 15 years. We did our Pilates training together. And she is just a master at Pilates and yoga. She does, among other things. Mm-hmm. But she has amazing Zen. I love her yoga. Yeah. So let's put that on our list, Sam.
We actually did one yesterday. And she just gets you in like that mindset. And
well, that was Hatha yesterday.
Yes, that was a little different. But any of her yoga, she just has great instruction too on what you're supposed to be doing.
She's really mindful. So
and
We'll
gives
put it
you
on.
modifications, like if you can't do, she has a lot of different progressions, which I think is great.
So Yin, our Flow Plus Yin 3 coming your way in 2021.
We do also have somebody asking if Chloe can do some more, so maybe we'll add that too.
You guys, that's so nice. So my daughter, she is a great vinyasa teacher. She is a ballet dancer professionally. So I love her vinyasa. I do love her vinyasa. She also teaches Kundalini. Not for me. Some people like it though. It's just not my jam, but we could even add some Kundalini because Kundalini is like breath work. It's not as stressful on your body. It's like, I mean, you are just moving your arms and breathing, and it's pretty intense. Maybe we should take a little survey on that because she's not in Minnesota, but if there was a way for us to get her to record more of them, that could be really fun.
Absolutely. We have Jan. She says that I am a new Get Healthy UTV member and she loves everything about it.
Yay.
She loves the variety and she says that it's obvious that we correct form, which is super nice. She said, I feel like we're in the same room, so air high fives to all of you.
Thank you. That's so nice. Yay, a nice comment. I love it. You guys are so nice.
We have people asking you, you always have the cutest fitted tank tops, various colors in all of your videos. What brands do you wear and how can we get your
So funny.
clothes?
Okay, so, trends change. So I've been wearing a lot of Athleta and Lulu for years, mainly Athleta. And anytime they come out with a bright color, I just buy it. Because bright colors look really good on camera. I always tell her, if I see a tank that I like, I'm like, I'll buy all 4 of those bright colors right there to use on camera. In real life, I kind of tend to go black. I mean, I do when I'm like out and about, but but we were talking today how the bright colors just cheer you up.
They really do.
Yeah. So, and Lululemon is a hit or miss for me with tops, I'll be honest. They're not my favorite tops. This is Lululemon, but I mean, tank tops.
Tank tops, workout. Yep.
We've been having luck with Amazon.
Yes.
You and I.
You guys have to follow Chris on Instagram.
We've been doing Friday finds on Amazon because so many of you were asking like, okay, Chris, I don't want to spend $50 on a tank because I'm working out in my basement. Like, I don't want to go to Athleta and waste all that money. So we started like buying Amazon stuff and testing it. And actually this morning I was wearing a tank on my Instagram live and someone said, where'd you get that? I'm like, $16 at Amazon. So we have been finding, I just got a new pair of leggings yesterday that I tried on last night and I really love them. So follow me on Instagram because on Fridays we list Amazon deals that are activewear, and we tried them. I tried them first. I ordered them all because literally they're like $15.
Yeah, they're awesome. You have that one top in a few different colors, right?
A few colors. And, Target, we live in the land of Target. I mean, I love Target. I haven't bought much athletic clothes from Target lately, but I do hear people who say they like the Joy Club? The Joy Lab?
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Target is good quality.
Absolutely. We have just a few minutes left before we wrap up, but a few more questions that we'll get into. During this crazy season, she finds herself getting overwhelmed mentally. We were just talking about this yesterday too. What would you recommend? Cardio, weightlifting, something to calm her mind and get her focused in that moment?
For me, cardio. Releases my mind. I mean, you release those endorphins, they're your natural happy drug. I go into a different place. I listen to the instructor or to the music, and it just puts me in a happier mood. Music is my jam. Now, I have said to you guys here, we have to use royalty-free, license-free music when we record videos. So we can't just play Bruno Mars in the background or we'll get sued. I wish we could because it would be super fun. But feel free to even put some music on in the background and have it jamming if you want. But just even hearing a beat for me is like boom, diddy, boom. Like I love kickboxing, and for some reason it just like takes me to that place.
Yeah.
Our treadmill workouts, I love the instructed treadmill workouts, and you just kind of start sweating and you get a couple miles in. I love that.
Yeah, I love them. And I've been doing Get Healthy UTV in my basement too, and I'm somebody who loves music. But I don't find it being an issue when I'm doing it. Again, it's like a beat if I have it in the background, but I'm kind of like that member that was like, I feel like I'm in the basement with you. Like when I hear the corrections and I want to know what the instructor is talking about.
Yeah, I like to hear. And if you're a dancer and you just want to like let loose, try Leah in Gold. We have 4 gold dance videos.
Yep.
I really like the 2 that you were in. Were those dance, cardio dance?
They were dance,
or dance jam.
Dance jam 1
so
and
those
2.
are really fun. And then we have a dance program program from a guy named Ben Allen. He is a dancer out in LA. I've met him and knew him from my years of teaching at conferences, and it is so fun. That video, I mean, I would never do it in front of somebody because I'm not a good dancer, but he breaks it down into like 4 sections, and then he puts the whole dance together. And I mean, it's the closest I've gotten to dancing.
We're gonna get you on camera doing a dance video one day. Let's see. Somebody is having a knee problem with squats and lunges that are just killing her. Can't get to a gym to ride a bike or do elliptical. What is a good substitute for working the lower body? And we also have a member with similar, but is having hip issues. So lower body exercises.
Well, make sure you're rolling out, foam rolling, doing hip mobility exercises, stretching your back, stretching out, doing your wake up of your joints before your workout and doing your wind down of your muscles after. That's super important for the health of your joints. But if you're having a knee issue, what is that knee issue? Is it top of the knee, inside of the knee, back of the knee? I mean, knees are complicated. Hips, knees, shoulders are very complicated joints. And so you kind of have to be aware of what you're doing. I love the booty bands. We love the mini band. It's a 9-inch round loop that you put typically people are going to put them just above the kneecap on the thigh, but you can also put them down at the ankle and you can walk side to side, and you're really using those adductors outside hip as you walk side to side. That's really good therapy, good for the knees. You can also, do put that booty band on and do glute bridges and then open and close your legs almost like, the Suzanne Summers Thigh Master, but you're getting those adductors to get stronger for your knees. So the question is, why is your knee hurting you? Is it an injury from youth, or are your knees weak and you need to strengthen them? The mini band is a great tool for strengthening knees.
Absolutely. Let's see. How long do you exercise each day, and how long should you be exercising each day?
I typically, if I'm teaching a live class at a gym, which I am not because we are not at gyms, I typically do an hour. I just like an hour-long workout. If I'm on my own, 45 minutes is kind of my time frame. But I got to tell you, 30 minutes works. When I'm traveling, I get everything I keep saying makes me laugh because I'm like, well, we didn't do that in 2020. But in my life, normally I do travel a lot. We're empty nesters. 30 minutes for me is just perfect in a hotel room. And then I usually do an extra little bit of Pilates or stretching or something. So it's all about what you do. But I am not that person who works out 4 hours a day.
I think people wanted to hear that.
Yeah, people will say, oh, as a trainer, are you teaching back-to-back classes and blah, blah, blah. 15 years ago, yes. Now, no, because my goal is not to be injured. My body is my instrument for my career, right? So if I hurt myself, I will be bummed out. And I might, it happens.
Right.
But whenever I feel something happening, like my back is tweaked, my inside knee was bugging me just recently, I start to tailor back. I start to do a little more physical therapy on my own. I start to really pay attention. But I'm not ever more than an hour. Now, I do walk the dog, 5 days a week because, well, she's got to get out. And I don't count that as my workout typically, except on weekends. It is my only workout.
She does take active day of rest. I do know that. All right, we have time for about 1 minute.
Are we running out of time? Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Struggling with short days and so much screen time. Any tips to stay positive and motivated?
I know, it's hard. Listen, we're all in this together. I don't know if that's motivating or not. And everybody is struggling in a different way and has different challenges to meet. And I just keep saying to myself, this too shall pass and life will get back to normal. I mean, you think about I love sports. So I think about sporting events that have happened for the last 100 years and all of a sudden they're not happening.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is not happening for the first time. We skipped the Olympics. We skipped this. We skipped that. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, this is a crazy world we're living in right now. So we all have to hold tight. I think doing things to help your mind clear, like eating healthy and exercising, it makes a difference. Even deep breathing, like doing deep breathing exercises. There are so many apps out there with breathing exercises that help. I don't know. Have you heard of the Wim Hof method?
I have. Only because I think you told me about it.
Okay,
once.
Wim Hof, W-I-M Hof, and it's this guy. I think his name is Wim Hof, and he is he's got an app, and it's pretty incredible. I've seen all these videos of him on YouTube. It looks like he's in Iceland, really, and he does these polar plunges and all this crazy stuff. But he has this breathing method where you take 30 deep breaths in a row. So you go in, out, and you breathe in for 4, out for 4, in for 4, out for 4, for 30 times. And then after the 30th time, you hold your breath for 2 minutes.
Oh.
And you think, there's no way. Like, when my girlfriend introduced me to this a while ago, I'm like, there's no way. I can't hold my breath for 2 minutes.
You can.
You can.
Oh.
It's not that hard. The first time I did it, I couldn't hold my breath. Like, I made it to like a 130, and then and on his app, he does it 4 times in a row. By the next 2 times I did it, I had no problem holding my breath for 2 minutes.
Wow.
And he has all the science behind the deep breathing, changing, your mental and your physical health. So that's an idea. And just seek out positive messaging right now. Connect with other people.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself get too isolated. It's so easy.
It's very easy. I think that's one of the things that I've been, just reach out to people, and see how they're doing. People listen to you. I think that's really helpful.
And I'm so sick of my screen, like when you were saying extra screen time. Today, honestly, I was driving, and one of my best friends is in Florida now for 6 months. She winters in Florida. I'm like, I need to call her on the phone. Because we send a text here and there, but it's like, no, you need that human connection. So pick up the phone and call somebody.
Absolutely.
I think we're out of time.
We are out of time.
This was fun, you guys. I thought in December, okay, we won't get as many people, but lots of you.
Yeah, and we didn't get to everyone, so we'll try and, either answer your questions. If you have more questions, let us know.
We'll be back in January, so get ready, you guys. First of all, we're following the 2 30-minute calendars in Get Healthy TV Facebook group right now, so if you want to join us, you're always welcome. In January, we'll start advertising for the virtual weekend, which is going to be that last weekend, January 30th and 31st. Hold your time open for those mornings and sign up all the trainers.
Yes, all, yep.
Yeah. So, it is going to be quite fun. And we have some new surprises for you up our sleeves for 2021. Look, it can only get better, my friends.
Get ready.
Hang in there, move your body, drink your water, feel good. And we can't wait to see you again soon.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. See you later.